Geez, you know what? I didn't launch. Hold on, because the stream for me actually isn't even showing up. I just kind of clicked on it right away. Let me pull up. Here we go. I also forgot to launch VTube Studio. Hold on, let me go over to the starting soon screen while I get everything set up. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. My computer just shut off, and I'm actually really lucky with my autosaves, because had it not autosaved, it would have put me back to, like, I think at the line work where I was working on it. So that would have been bad. That would have been real bad. Let's see. How the hell? How the hell do I view my own? Here we go. Alright, I'm back on stream. Alright, I've got VTube Studio set up. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My computer just oh, cool, my... Jeez Louise, what a mess. Work area... Yeah, I don't know what happened. My computer just shut down, and I don't know if it's because of, I don't know, weather conditions around here, although I didn't see any power or anything else go off. Maybe I just overexerted my computer. Anyway, I'm a little further back, but, you know, this isn't really a bad spot to be starting from. I'm pretty lucky to have preserved this much. So let's just get back to it. What was I saying about fear and hunger? I was saying something about it. Something about fear and hunger 2. PC needed a power nap. Maybe. I think if... It could be because I don't exactly have, like, the most hardcore PC that there is. And I know... It might have been I've just been streaming too long, and it was just more than my computer could handle. Couldn't find the pendulum enemy. Give me a second. Let me... Where is it? They're these horrifying monstrosities. Look at this creature. It's just pendulum mouth monster. Yeah. Also is trying to avoid spoilers. Yeah. I don't think one enemy design is going to be too much of a spoiler. Although I maybe shouldn't even give that, because kind of half the fun is, like, sort of discovering these creatures on your own. Like, bumping into something for the first time is, like, a really uncomfortable feeling. That's something I really love about the games, is just how good of a job they do just making you uncomfortable with its setting and its world and all the horrifying creatures within it. Like, it's kind of a weird thing to describe, but it's succeeding as a game whenever you do discover something new that you feel like a sense of, oh god, I don't want to deal with this. Like 3 mouths, jeez. Oh yeah. It's a mouth creature. It almost seems like an integral part of Fear and Hunger's design that it presents you with a bunch of options, then hits you with really scary obstacles. Oh yeah, yeah. God, I was playing. Oh man, I don't even want to. I think really good horror games. I can't describe the specifics of what I was thinking of, but like I think really good horror games. Silent Hill would do this a lot. Presents you. It's how would I put it? It's almost like it drops you in like the dog pit. You know, it's you think you've got a grasp on things, you're going along just fine, and then all of a sudden you find that you're being forced into like a confined space with something horrible. And that things aren't quite what you expected. Like, I love it in horror games when, like, you go back to an area and then they change things up. They either put in, like, new enemies or, like, the environment breaks or something. I remember in Resident Evil 2, this really got me when I would, like, come back to, like, old areas and all of a sudden there's, like, lickers hanging around in it. Or, here's like a good example. In Silent Hill 2, when you like go to the hospital and you finally make some like progress, and then it plays a cutscene where Laura locks you in a room, and because you get locked in this room, these two monsters show up, and so now you're in this tiny locked room with like stuff like that. It just activates your like fight or flight response. I almost want to... Like the best fucking feeling. I say the best, it's like it's a horrible feeling, but that's kind of what you're trying to like get in a horror game. Is like when it just doesn't give you time to think about what's happening. Like Nick, I think I was talking with you about this, with the difference between like Silent Hill 2, the original, and the remake. Like I think the Pyramid Head introduction is way weaker in the remake, and it's kind of a result of the way they decided to do the mechanics, where you seamlessly transition from rooms. One of the advantages of having room transitions in the old Silent Hill games is that you don't really get you don't really get a chance to like peek in and see what's ahead of you. You're just dropped into the room. Oddly enough, Fear and Hunger is almost a good name for the approach I like with horror games. Fear is what gives you pause, hunger to know, see, learn, what pushes you forward. Yeah, really. It's Fear and Hunger is like a masterclass in horror games. And in survival horror in particular. Just that constant feeling of like you see something for the first time and it's like, oh god, what the hell is that thing? I love it. Oh yeah, but I was describing, like, the remake's introduction to Pyramid Head is way weaker. And it's because there's a seamless transition between rooms. And so in the old Silent Hill 2, what would happen is your introduction to Pyramid Head was you got a key that's progress to a new room, you unlock the door, you go in the room, and then it just smash cuts to Pyramid Head doing a bunch of freaky shit. And so you, the player, are left with this, oh my god, what's happening? Am I gonna have to fight this thing? What's going on? What is it doing? And you don't get a chance to process it. It doesn't give you, like, time or opportunity to think about it. Whereas in the remake, his introduction is, like, you actually go in the room, he's not there, then you pick up a key, or you pick up a note or something, I forget what. You pick up something, and that's the trigger to activate Pyramid Head coming in. But, like, it gives you too much time to think about it. You hear something coming in, you see Pyramid Head showing up, so James runs, and it's like, I'm being given too much opportunity to think about this. And it's like, I shouldn't be given a chance to think about it, I should just be confronted with it. It's almost, the design, it's kind of funny. The design in, like, a good survival horror game is, what does the player least want? Do that. And not in, like, a sense of, it's not like least want as in, like, mechanically, it's in a sense of, like, what's the worst thing the player could have to deal with right now? Just give them that. And in a sense, that is what the player wants, because they're going into a horror game. Super jarring to experience and really puts the fear in you. Part of the fun in Silent Hill is that you have to be thinking about it while reacting to it. Yeah. I think it's ironic how much I favor the word jarring considering my character design. What was I gonna say? And then the other thing that, like, Fear and Hunger does that works is it isn't just, like, the immediate, like, scares and the thrill of, like, being thrust into the least convenient situation possible. They also create scenarios that are just, like, when you imagine it, it's just like, oh my god, I don't even want to think about that. For instance, I'm not gonna give too much detail. Basically, I lost to an enemy, and the enemy then, and then here's the thing is, like, sometimes you don't just die when you game over in Fear and Hunger. Sometimes the enemies will, like, do stuff to you afterwards. And so this monster had, I guess, dismembered me. Or maybe I think I lost my legs or something in the battle. But when they game over kind of consequences that can happen is you get dropped into this confined space. And I think if I had still had, like, my arms, I would have been able to crawl out of it, but I think I had been completely dismembered by the battle. And so my character's just sitting there in this confined space. They can't move. And when you get into that situation in Fear and Hunger where you literally just can't move, the game just keeps going, and like every so often it just brings up a prompt. It's like your character can't move, or it's like you can't move, and your options are keep going or stop breathing. And that's like this really interesting kind of torturous horror situation that the creator put in there, because it's like the game could just say, you know, you can't move, game over, but instead of that it keeps giving you the choice of like trying to persist, and like, you know, and I kept clicking on it a few times, and it's like this kind of it's like it kind of gives you this hope that maybe there's some chance that like something could happen that'll get you out of this, and like it kind of forces you to go through what the character's going through of like holding out hope until they just give up, and it's really horrible. I remember traveling with a child I saved in Fear and Hunger, and when I lost a battle, I was dragging my legless body around, and the child was like dead in a barrel. Yeah, horrible stuff happens in that game. And that almost like increases the fear, is because it's like the consequences, you know, a player might be adjusted to the fact that like the consequences in a game are like that they die, that they get a game over. But when the consequences are that like you dying could cost your party their life or put them in far more horrible scenarios, it's like it's not just you, it's like you've got like something precious to protect, and the fact that that can be damaged is so gut-wrenching. So yeah, Fear and Hunger is a really good horror game. Let's go ahead and save just in case. And let's see. I almost wanna even give this top lip here a bit of shading, because then when I go on to I think that's the end of the relaxing JRPG music. Let's put on some funky beats. There we go. I'm gonna take a short 10-minute break and then I'll be back. See you guys soon. Feeling up and ready and at 'em. So, let's see, what do I want to do? Honestly, I think I just want to keep this picture very simple. I don't want to like overcomplicate it. So I think I'm just gonna stick to like the sort of hard edge shading. Yeah. How could Eddie just sit there and eat pizza? Where the hell did he get it from? Whoop. Oh. There we go. Let's see. Filter, adjust, HSV adjust. There's just one pizza place in Silent Hill that's still operating as an immaculate deep dish. Despite everything, he never gave up on pizza. See, and there we go. Hold on, let's get rid of that and just copy regular old base and put that up there. Go. Yeah, no. I was happy with just that. All right. I don't like that so much. Actually, let's go back with a lot of this. Yeah. This could still... I only really wanted to lighten things up just a tad bit. Yeah. Kind of feels like a good pose for this character as a boss in a JRPG. But yeah, that's what got me thinking about him as like a fear and hunger monster, is that this pose is the kind of pose that like a fear and hunger monster would be taking. Hmm. I'll just do that as another layer. Plus rates. And no, there we go. And that can actually take the opacity down on that. Alright, I almost want to say I'm almost done with it. I kind of want to put him in like a fucked up pizza world background, so it looks like he's dragging his big pizza cutter across like a huge pizza. Call this Pizza Head. And then where would I start with Pizza World? Let's do like a real gross. Actually, let's get like one of these kinds of reds as like the background. It's like the base of it. And then it's kind of feel. Oh, I already read that. And get a. Get a decent enough. Oh, what's that? That needs to go. go. Oh. I'm almost wondering if I should make it like a dingier color. This maybe a little lighter. Nah. Gone. No, no what? Not the pizza cut gum trail.
Game over. Continue.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Pizza Hill. My restless nights, I eat that saw. But that's impossible. A dead person can't write a letter. Not after her morbid obesity took her. Oh god, could you imagine, like, Mary was just eating tons of pizza?
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Slightly, ever so slightly darker. Let me go ahead and have layer above it. I can do stuff like this. This is a cool music mashup. Yeah, it is. I really like this. I've been listening to it a bunch when I'm working on stuff. Mary was just really fucking fat, so as a result, there are 4 Marias to match your total weight. In my zestless dreams, I still eat that town pizza hill. You know, I still feel like it's missing something. Oh no, wait. Should do some background. You know, I feel like the background still needs a bit more texture to it. Let's see, what could it use? I feel like the pizza part could use like a more, like some kind of grungy brush to go over it. Oh, you know what I could do? So I made a rough paintbrush. You know, that ain't doing it. Let's try it. That ain't it.